Greetings everyone, my name is Etterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Starward Rogue. During the last part, I ran several more failed attempts on the hard mode difficulty. Now, I decided to make a change from my last statement. I will try out hard mode in the future, but I will utilize heavy usage of RNG rigging, or something along those lines, but I'll explain that more in the future. So in this part, I'll be trying out the Grimm Mech. It's one of the new mechs added in AuGMENTED series of modded mechs. After all, two of their mechs, those being Alpha and Penumbra, were added into the base game, so some of their future mechs, hopefully the arsenal, will be added as a base game mech. I would really like to see it as a base game mech. Alright, the Grimm Mech is effectively the Forger Mech. It has good energy reserves, but not the most durable model, as you can see here with its below average health stats, or rather low health stats. The main specialty for this mech is that it's able to obtain weapon systems from locked chests and make new equipment from leveling. The new equipment can be main weapons, energy weapons, as well as new drones, so the main feature of this mech is switching between the whole bunch of weapons you can get throughout this game. In fact, the Blacksmith Protocol also allows you to obtain weapon-related materials and items from locked chests instead of the usual selection. Whereas before, in the locked chest, you could get randomly selected items from any set of stuff, even defensive items, consumables. Now locked chests will only drop weapon-related items, which will be quite neat with this type of mech. So we started with about 5 max health, 1 shield. We have 120 max energy, so above average energy. We have a Fast Minigun, Boomerang Needler, and a normal missile launcher. Pretty good. And we have 9 missiles. That's going to be pretty useful for acquiring new health. We'll need a lot of health shards in order to upgrade this mech though. So everything seems to be working well, okay. It's kind of like the Imago Warriors boomerang, so faster. So let's begin by going into the major item storage. I'd like to take this time to thank Arcen Games for not only sending me a key for Starward Rogue, but also its first expansion, AuGMENTED. Alright, we get a Skyhammer sniper rifle. Not that good, but hey, so whatever gives. After all, as I get deeper and deeper into the megalith, the quality items I can find in locked chests will get better as well, so same with the items related to weapons. I'm really hoping for some weapon related buffs like energy, increased fire rate or damage, crit rate, etc, etc. Alright, Mirror Mark 1, thankfully on normal mode, so nothing too bad. On hard mode, as you may have noticed 2 parts ago, this could be quite a thing. And that room almost killed me over there for several reasons. I really do not like going through that room type at the lower levels, especially if I have only one shield. Well, the hardening module is going to be useful, for now at least. Okay, now I can choose to make a new primary weapon, attack drone, or energy weapon. I'm going to pick an attack drone because I don't have any yet, so what did I get? Beaming minibot. That seems to be pretty useful. So, pretty good start. I like the fast minigun for now, and instead of getting a new weapon from using the perks, I'd rather just get it from random drops, because usually drones are really expensive to get anyway. So floor 1 was pretty good outside of that spike corridor just before the boss. Time for the first gold floor. Also another note, the probations, aka the challenges starting from floor 2, they have been buffed as of February 7, 2018. Like here for example, we get 3 max HP if we do this without healing. that's what I was talking about with the offensive upgrades. That's gonna be awesome because it increased my maximum missile capacity by 4. Just imagine all the damage buffs I can potentially get. Wow, look at all the credits here. But there's a significant cost for getting it. I need 5 cards, but I don't have them. Oh well. Let's go for the boss fight then. I have the repair putty after all. Rive, never fought you before. Oh wow, that much damage? Oh my goodness, I almost died there, and I lost the incredibility because I did heal. But yikes, 3 damage per hit, that's crazy. Missile ammo being refilled fully at the beginning of each floor will be super useful because of how much missile capacity I have. That's also going to be pretty useful. It's like a miniature the one, but not as good, unfortunately. Well, nothing more to do on this floor. I don't want to risk dying to the mini-boss, so I'll just go to the next floor. Oh goody, another golden floor. Most of the floor is fine, but it's where the boss fights where things get a bit hairy, as you saw there. At the very least I have 16 max missiles, so that's going to be helpful. Well, at least that was better than expected. I got +4 to my max health, so I'm no longer too fragile. Oh, Hunter and Reaper tag team. I never realized how much of a good team up they are actually. But down goes this double mini-boss encounter. Pretty unique, actually. As much as like the Meteor Hammer module, hardening is going to be useful for the oncoming boss fight, but I will take it before I exit this floor. For normal boss fights, I can go without the hardening module, but for the golden floors, I can't really. want a better primary weapon, so I'll go for this one. So, what did we get? Smart Gun. It does more damage, so I'll go for it. Hopefully it doesn't result in my death. At the very least I can hit the bosses from afar now. What's the range actually? Oh, range is longer as well, so that's good. Well, it's time to fight the boss. I will use the evoke artifact immediately. Javelin. There we go. Just to make this boss fight a little bit easier. And that's how we perfect run it, even though I haven't seen a perfect run symbol. Thank you for Overclocker, that's going to be super helpful. Apparently the evoked artifact does wonders against bosses, as long as you place it right over them. Especially for stationary bosses, it just destroys them, because they just sit in the area effect over time and it just destroys them. Now before I complete this floor, I want to get one thing. Well, two things actually, but I can figure out where I left them. Okay, the Meteor Hammer module, I want that so I can hit enemies from afar. And then the major item storage, so I'll first go for the major item storage. Hope there's something good over there. Nah, Smart Gun is better, especially around corners. So this was kind of a waste. Did I already get to this free loot? Yes, I did. So let's just get the Plasma Punisher and complete this floor. I mean Meteor Hammer. Like I said, the Meteor Hammer is good and all, but the issue of why I wanted the reason behind why I wanted to keep the hardening module was because of these types of floors, the really dangerous ones. I want to keep my keycard because I get the feeling that I'll need some in the next floor. So far, my experience with this mech is kind of tepid, mainly due to the consecutive number of golden floors, and I'm not sure if this is a golden floor or not. It looks a bit different, so I presume it's going to be a golden floor, unfortunately. But my current experience is kind of tepid, mainly due to the lack of weapon drops so far, or rather locked chests. but I believe it will pick up following floor 4 and 5, where the tiers of chest items will get better and better. After all, I do have a lot of energy, and I do have a lot of missiles, so I will take advantage of that. And at the very least I have an above average smart gun, as well as a pretty good module. But of course, time will tell in the next part whether I will be able to survive the fight against the Warden. Well then, thanks for watching, and have a nice day. Toodles!